Hello YouTube, Film Buff 06 here, coming your way with my review for the Wesley Snipes action film Passenger 57, which was released in 1992 and was directed by this guy that I've never properly heard of, named Kevin Hooks, and it features the likes of Tom Sizemore, Bruce Payne, Bruce Greenwood, and Elizabeth Hurley. Now, the plot of this movie is sort of... Yeah, the plot of this movie is sort of, is a total rip-off of Die Hard. You have this terrorist bad guy named Charles Rain, played by Bruce Payne, who, to be honest, looks like a poor man's version of Hannibal Lecter. Actually reminds me more of Silver out of Skyfall, without being really that campy. But anyway, he hijacks this plane, which is filled with up to 200 people, and it's up to this this former police officer named John Cutter, played by Wesley Snipes, sort of ripping that, who's a rip-off of the John McClane character, of course, to stop Payne from committing what he wants to do. That's the plot. What did I think? What did I personally think of Passenger 57? Now, this film has initially attracted a lot of negative press, especially from the likes of Siskel and Ebert and Rotten Tomatoes. Now, what did I personally think of Passenger 57? Well, this is one of those, on paper, this sounds like it could be one of those generic action films that you get nowadays. I mean, the acting in this is quite terrible, it has to be said. The script is just a complete mess of unoriginal cliches. The film itself is completely unoriginal, and you would think, and now you're thinking that I hate this film, but this is where you will be wrong. I actually was pretty entertained by this film. I mean the action sequences, they are, the way they're choreographed is ridiculous, but but they are so ridiculous that they are hilarious. Now, Wesley Snipes and Bruce Payne give charismatic performances, and they interact greatly off of each other, especially Bruce Payne in particular sort of steals his scenes. In the movie. He does a good job. Is there anything else that has to be said? Oh, I do admit to nodding off quite a few times, but it wasn't because I was bored. It was more because I was just tired. I had stayed up very unnecessarily late at night, so I was pretty tired. But I wasn't bored by the film. I'm trying to think. What else I need to say about this film. I especially loved it when Wesley Snipes says his classic line. To Bruce Payne, "Always bet on black." I thought that was it was quite hilarious. It had the air of one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's famous one-liners, in my opinion. Bruce Payne, no, I've already done about Bruce Payne. I'm sorry this is quite rambling, but I mean, there is nothing else that I can really say about it, you know. Plus, it's very late at night, and I have to conclude. This is probably not a proper review, but in conclusion, my rating for Passenger 57 is at best a 6 out of 10, slightly above average. It's not the best action movie in the world. It's nowhere near as good as Die Hard. But it is quite entertaining, very, very enjoyable, very enjoyable enough for a rainy Sunday afternoon, just to pass the time. And if you want an action film with good story and character development, I don't think you will find it here. However, if you do want a cheesy, silly action film, silly, guilty pleasure type of action film, I think you should check this out. Now, feel free to comment below and let me know of what you think of Passenger 57. Plus, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And until my next video, which is going to be a review of episode 1 of Doctor Who Series 5, The 11th Hour, do take care everyone, and good night.